infectious disease which started in 2019. Okay, the first case which was reported was in December 2019 in Wuhan district, Wuhan city of Hubei province in China, right? So it began from there. So that when we were talking about only China or Wuhan region, it was endemic. Understood? Now, since it has spread to other countries or other continents, it has become pandemic. Followed? All right. Okay. Now, moving on with what is coronavirus. Coronavirus is a large family of viruses which commonly causes common cold. All right. Now, since it is a common virus which causes common cold, okay, it is present or it can cause infections in animals as well as human. Now, since it causes infection in animals, they are the basic reservoirs of this virus. All right. Now, it is from these animals that the infection spreads. Now, examples of this actually the coronavirus belongs to the family Coronaviridae, right? So, Coronaviridae is a family in which there are different viruses or different subtypes. Okay. One such virus of this coronavirus family was your SARS virus, okay, which had an outbreak in 2002. So that time also, if you all were probably you all must be too young, but we remember wearing mask and people roaming around in the cities wearing masks, but that was not too serious or too fatal. Okay, so that was in 2002. The full form of SARS is severe acute respiratory syndrome. Okay, so that is a disease which is caused again by coronavirus. All right. The second type of infection or the disease which was encountered in 2012 was MERS, MERS. Okay, what was it? MERS, MERS, that is Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. This happened in 2012. Okay, one outbreak was in 2002, which was SARS. Okay, that was a disease, that was a syndrome, that is severe acute respiratory syndrome. The second which happened was in 2012, which is MERS, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. And now which has happened is COVID-19 is what we call. Okay, that is the disease. All right. And the virus which is causing this disease is SARS-CoV-2 or coronavirus 2. All right. That is severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. That is the name of the virus. Okay, now why is it called as coronavirus 2? Because this virus resembles structurally and chemically very much, it is similar to your SARS 2002 outbreak. Are you all with me? Followed? Okay, so the I hope up till now everything is clear and loud and you all have followed what I said. Okay. Now, as I said, this virus is or has its reservoir in animals. Okay. Now, this virus has its subgenera, which is alpha coronavirus, beta coronavirus, delta gamma coronavirus, and delta coronavirus. These are the four subgenera of the family. Okay. Now, of these different families are COVID-19, okay, falls under beta coronavirus. Okay, so it falls under the subgenera or the genera, basically, not the subgenera, genera beta coronavirus. Clear? Followed? Okay, so up till here it is clear. Now, these viruses have their origin from animals, as I said. Okay, ideally, it has a reservoir in bat. In all these three cases, whether it was SARS, whether it was MERS, or whether it is COVID, it started off with bat. So you have these organisms, or sorry, these viruses being present in bats. From bats, it goes to a intermediate carrier, and from there it goes to human. Okay. Now, in case of SARS, it was transmitted from the bats to the civet cat, and from the cat it went to human. In case of MERS, it was transmitted from the bat to camel. Okay, and from camel it went to human. And now COVID-19 from bats, again, it has been transmitted either to, it has been transferred either to snakes or pangolin. And now, and from there, it has been transmitted to humans. So that means all these viruses, whether it's MERS, SARS or COVID, has a zoonotic origin. Followed? That means it starts from animals. Hmm? Now, as I said, I gave you an example of the the genera, that is alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. Alpha, beta has its origin in bats and rodents. All right. Whereas gamma and delta has it in the avians, that is the birds. Yeah, obviously, when I'm saying gamma and delta in birds, you would say bats are also birds. Bats are mammals. Okay, so alpha and beta in bats and rodent, and gamma and delta in avians or in birds. Okay, so the difference is bat is a mammal, birds, they lay eggs, right? Okay, now moving on actually with the topic, which is the structure and what do you say, mode of infection or pathogenesis. All right. Now, in the notes, I have given you brief about who actually the coronavirus was discovered or isolated from animals and later on from human patients way back in 1960. Okay, and observing under the electron microscope, they have come to find out what the structure is. So now we move on with the actual structure of the coronavirus. Let us go from outside to the inside of the virus. All right, I'll show you a little model. If it's not visible, please let me know in the chat box that ma'am, we are not able to see, so that I'll keep it a little. Yeah. Can you all see this now? Put a thumbs up, or at least few of y'all, so that I know it is visible to y'all. In the chat box, someone please put a thumbs up so that I know you can see this. At least I can see. So I assume that y'all can also see. Fine? Okay. Now this is how the coronavirus looks. Now you will say it is basically it is an, somebody is put something in the chat. Okay, fine. Yeah, they are telling me yes, ma'am. Fine. Now, basically, the coronavirus is an enveloped virus. It is not a naked virus. Okay, it is an enveloped virus. Now, see, as you can see, this is what is your outer or the external structure of the coronavirus. Let me just dissect it, okay, which I'll show the dissection part, the internal part a little later. Let us discuss about the external part first. Okay. Structurally, there are four proteins, or there are four structural proteins present on the coronavirus. To begin with, the outermost are the spikes. Okay, these, the long projections that you see, or the fringes which you see, okay, are nothing but your glycoprotein spikes. Okay, and they are very, very essential. Okay, we'll discuss it how they are essential as we proceed with the session. So these are your glycoprotein spikes. Second is your envelope protein, which you can see as dots, as white. Can you all see? White dots, right? And the yellow dots are the membrane protein. Okay. So here you can see how many? Only three, right? The fourth one is inside, which is the nuclear protein. All right. So you have the nuclear protein, which is these blue gola gola or spherical kind of things. Okay, so they appear as beads, moti, right? And internally, the genome is a sense strand or a positive strand or a plus strand RNA. What is it? Ribonucleic acid. Okay, so it is a positive or a sense strand RNA. Now, what do you mean by positive? Okay, I'll talk about the genome little later. Let us first finish off with the protein or the external structure of it. Okay. Now, why do we give the name of this virus as coronavirus? Very important. Okay. It is this spikes, glycoprotein spikes. Okay. When you observe it under the electron microscope, they appear as a corona. What do you mean by corona? Say when you see an eclipse, okay, of the sun, the hollow appearance which appears behind the sun, okay, against a dark background, is called as a corona. Now again, corona has different meanings in different languages. Corona also means crown. Okay, so some of it have given it a resemblance of crown. So it has a crown-like appearance, is what some say. But most of the name is ideally been given because of the corona-like image which they got on an electron microscope, which is very resemblance, or which shows a very close resemblance to the corona of the sun during the time of the eclipse. Followed? So the spike plays a very, so the name, you understood what is the name, why is the name given to the coronavirus as corona? Okay. Now, what is the main function of the spike? As I said, it is made up of glycoprotein. Correct? Now, the spike basically is used in the attachment. अगर जुड़ेगा ही नहीं होस्ट से तो इन्फेक्शन होगा ही नहीं. करेक्ट. So judna or attaching or adhering to the host cell is what is the function of the spike. Followed? So the spike plays a very important function in the attachment to the host cell. Now what, how or where, how does it happen? Okay, it basically has a receptor binding domain. Now the spike here has been shown as longs, but they are around say 20 nanometers in length. Okay, with a clove-like appearance. So it has something like 3 aisa hai. Okay, so it has a clover-shaped appearance at the end. So that is the basic key. Okay, and the lock is on your host cell. So if the key goes into the lock, okay, वो खुल जाता है, and then that is how the virus will get into the host cell. Okay, we'll talk about the lock also, which is there on the host cell. So it has a receptor, as I said, it has a receptor binding domain. Now, therefore, what is the receptor? There has to be something to which this will go and attach. Okay, कहाँ जुड़ेगा वो? फेविकॉल का जोड़ बनना है तो उसको कुछ चाहिए ना, बराबर सेम वाला लकड़ा या कुछ सेम डोमेन या सेम स्ट्रक्चरल चाहिए जो जाके वो फिट हो जाएगा, या जो लॉक जिसमें वो की बराबर बैठ जाएगा, राइट? So it recognizes a specific receptor which is present on the host cell. Now this receptor is abbreviated as ACE. मतलब ACE, एक्का है उसके पास. Okay, हुकुम का एक्का. Now what is this हुकुम का एक्का? It is nothing but the angiotensin converting enzyme 2. I repeat, it is angiotensin converting enzyme 2. That is why it is abbreviated as ACE2. ये कहाँ होता है? ये host cell के ऊपर होता है. All right. So it is present on the host surface. This is the lock. Where is the key? The key. Okay. So the key is here. The lock is here. The key goes and attaches to the lock. Okay. And वो खुल के घुसा अंदर. समझा? Okay. Now these receptors which I said, that is ACE2 or ACE2, is present in certain organs of your body, such as the lungs, the heart, the kidney, and the intestine. Okay, they are present there, and obviously wherever the virus, whenever it comes in contact, the coronavirus with your lungs, usme hai. Okay, it is there in the epithelial cells of your respiratory tract. So obviously when it reaches there, it's going to bind to it. Followed? Have you all understood? अभी ये spike में भी दो subunits है. Okay, what is that? It has subunit 1 and the subunit 2. Okay, the subunit, इसमें I will not be able to show you, but the subunit 1 इधर वाला जो है will help in binding on the host cell. मतलब वो domain के साथ, receptor के साथ वो attach होएगा. Okay, which is on this side. And the subunit 2 is attached to your envelope of the virus. Okay, will help in the fusion of the virus to the host cell membrane. Have you all followed this? तोड़ू क्या ये? Okay. Okay, so this is your subunit 1 and this is your subunit 2. ये virus में है, ये host cell के receptor को attach हुआ है. ठीक है? So this part will help in the attachment and this part will help in the fusion of the virus envelope with the host membrane so that उसका entry or transition will be easier. उसको घुसना है अंदर host के, बराबर? So for that, it will do anything and everything. Clear? Okay. Have you all clearly understood the first structural protein, which is your spike, made up?
The meeting is going to
Okay.
end soon.
The second protein
Hello.
is your M protein, which is the membrane protein. Okay. So membrane protein is basically present in abundance. सबसे ज़्यादा है membrane protein on the envelope. Okay, and it basically defines the shape of the envelope. All right. So it basically decides the shape of, gives the shape of the viral envelope, and it can be taught as a central organizer for the assembling of the virus. Okay. So M protein, which is the membrane protein, is found in large quantity. It is present in abundance and is responsible for the assembling of the viral envelope. Clear? The third protein is your envelope protein. Okay, it is the smallest of the major structure protein. Again, here you can see few dots. Okay, white हम लोग membrane protein बोलेंगे, yellow हम लोग envelope protein बोलेंगे. ठीक है? It is essential basically it is responsible basically in the assembling and the release of the virus out of the host cell. All right. So we've talked about three basic structural proteins. The fourth one is the nucleoprotein, which is this blue. Gole gole. Okay. Now, the nucleoprotein is what do you say, tied up or in assembly with the RNA, which we'll also talk about in little detail, and it is responsible for basically for the viral replication. All right, fine. Now yeah, now moving on with the viral envelope. This is your viral envelope. Okay, now please pay attention. The viral envelope is made up of a lipid bilayer. क्या बनता है, किससे बनता है? Lipid bilayer. Okay, करती हूँ, ये करके कर देती हूँ. I'll share the presentation along with the explanation once I finish off with the model. Okay. Yeah. So lipid bilayer है the viral protein, and all these, that is the spike, the membrane protein, and the envelope protein, are anchored in this lipid bilayer. Followed, whereas the viral, nucleoprotein is within this envelope. Okay. So therefore the virus is envelope. The your nucleoprotein is nucleocapsid basically is within the envelope. All right. Fine. Now a general what do you say, I don't want to ask a question, I'll just give you a what do you say, assignment kind of a thing. What or why, how is this lipid bilayer, okay, or how can this lipid bilayer be used as a preventive measure for controlling the virus, is what we'll discuss at the end of the session. Okay, please think about it. We will just have a quick question answer session. I'm giving you ample time to think for it. All right, now we'll go through the presentations so that it becomes faster and we do not waste too much of time on this. किधर है यार, कैसे शेयर करने का, शेयर कहाँ से शेयर करना पड़ेगा अभी, किधर है?
Screen share will come at the bottom.
रचनाला करायला लागेल शेअर.
You can screen share. माझं हे चालत
आहे
नाही.
थांब.
You can screen share with the green button at the bottom.
तू नहीं शेअर कर. Can you all see? Please put thumbs up in the comments so that I understand you all can see it.
No,
No?
not yet.
Nanu, no?
Now it is.
दिख रहा है?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Slide show नहीं कर सकते क्या? Okay, this is just a glance of whatever I have discussed up till now. Okay, so SARS-CoV-2 virus is a beta coronavirus which was discovered in Wuhan city, Hubei province, China. COVs are enveloped positive sense single-stranded RNA viruses, okay, which is COV I have abbreviated here for coronaviruses, okay. You can refer to it as complete. Family is Coronaviridae, 4 genera, and it has a zoonotic origin. Okay, moving on to the structure. This is what it looks externally. This is external, and this is the internal, which we did. Can you hear me? रचना सुनाई दे रहा है क्या?
Yes.
और प्रेजेंटेशन भी दिख रहा है?
No.
अरे यार, वापस शेयर करना पड़ेगा?
Yes, maybe.
हाँ, मैं ये बंदा करते हैं.
And in 2 minutes the session is going to end.
शाबाश.
So we have to log in again.
ओके, एक सेकेंड. हाँ, किधर गया? Yeah, structure, I've already discussed everything. Okay, see, as I said, what does corona mean? It is long club or petal shaped projections which give a fringe like appearance on the side of the envelope. Okay, we just discussed about the structural protein. It includes the phosphorylated nucleocapsid, which is about 50 to 60 kilodalton protein, membrane glycoprotein, 20 to 35 kilodalton, which serves as a matrix protein, spike glycoprotein, which are also referred to as peplomers, okay, which gives that coronavirus appearance. And you have the shorter spike surface proteins called as a hemagglutinin esterases. Functions of the protein we've already discussed, so I'll just send you the slide so that you can go through the structure. Okay, now as I said, it is a genome. The genome of the virus is made up of an RNA, which is a sense strand RNA or a positive strand or a plus strand, which is about 27 to 32 kb. This is the largest of the size of the genome, okay, of RNA viruses, which has been identified. Now, sense-stranded RNA genome associated with the nucleoprotein, and hence it forms a helical nucleocapsid. As I said, it has the string. You can imagine the string as a RNA and the beads as your nucleoprotein, and they are assembled together to give you a helical nucleocapsid. The helical nucleocapsid is about 9 to 11 nanometers in diameter. The 5' end, okay, approximately is 20 to 22 kb size and carries the replicase enzyme, which encodes multiple enzyme activity. See, I was talking about the process of entry of